Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquet. Here we go. I had to get that one out. Nice to see everyone bright and early in the chat. Mikey Money, my guest today, will be joining us here very shortly. But nice to see everyone in the chat bright and early. Going to use this time while Mikey's not here. Talk about success yesterday. Had a good day yesterday. One of the few rare days we've had that have been good recently, so we need to take advantage of this. As you guys know, I'm an extremely streaky capper, and we need to use this to roll this and go on a run right now. Nationals, Seattle Mariners under cashes, Giants money line, Royals money line cash, Royals team total over 3.5 cash. Both those games went into extra innings as well. It was very funny. Didn't turn out to be as sweaty as you would think, but yes, both going to extra innings. We both cash. Detroit first by 5 money line cash. We lose Atlanta Braves team total over 4.5. And my guy Barry Smith fucking his over loses against the Reds and the Dodgers. Barry, I hope Barry is in the chat here today. We'll have a conversation with him. But unfortunately for our guy, Justin McKelvey, whose comment did make me laugh here, that we go back and forth on stakes. So shout out to Justin here. His stacks play of the day, Kyle Tucker over 1.5 bases, and he's boots on the ground at the Braves game tonight. So shout out to you, Justin. Have a good time. Sale day. Good luck. And now we are even on stakes. So shout out to you, Justin. Let us bring on birthday boy here. You know, no one wanted to tell him it's his birthday, so now it's his birthday for a fucking whole weekend. It's this guy, right? Fucking
$10 if you want to park.
Do it.
But Jose, how much did
Mikey Money joining the program. Mikey, it's nice to see you. I'm sure you're coming off of a bender. How are you?
It's not a bender till you quit, Jose. We are running and gunning all weekend long. It's going to be fun. We're having fun. We made a ton of cash last night on the old live stream, and I'm ready for some baseball today, man. Let's get into it. We got ourselves a game. We got a day. Let's go. We got early baseball, too. What the hell? Toronto.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. These Sundays, I can just lounge in my apartment, you know, obviously just butt-ass naked and watch baseball all day. It's going to be a great time. So shout out to everyone in the chat. Justin, Morgan, Nasty Nate saying Red Sox smash. They did not yesterday. It's quite disappointing.
I'll tell you who the Celtics didn't smash yesterday.
Well, all that matters is they get the dub. That was the most predictable thing ever, but they won. That's all that matters. Professor Chris, Old E, David Wallace, all in here early. Mikey, I had a good day yesterday, as you saw. And, of course, WNBA play of the day cashes. No sweat either.
You're the up-and-coming hottest capper in WNBA. It's exciting to watch your launch into stardom here with the WNBA.
4-2 plus 1.85 units. WNBA pod. I will be giving out the WNBA pod at the end of the program here. But let's just say, Mikey, I'm particularly interested in a team in the frigid temperatures up north again. So we'll just leave it at that. Very interesting to see how that goes for them. But let's talk baseball here. And speaking of teams up north, let's talk about the Blue Jays and Los Tigres here. Man, oh man, it is hard to back the Blue Jays nowadays, Mikey Money. We know what their offense has kind of become. Certain pitchers on their staffs are gas cans. Who are they? Who's to say? Some of us disagree. Some of us agree. I don't know. I think Yusei Kikuchi is the best pitcher on the staff, and I don't want to fade him here. And I was actually wanting to back him here. Mikey, I did look at this line pretty closely. Opened up at minus 120, now minus 128 with an 8-cent move to them. with 63% of the bets, 71% of the money on Toronto. I think it's a little bit too juicy for me to take now. I was interested in the Blue Jays. 93% of the bets, 91% of the money on the over in this game, and this total dropped from 8.5. Juice to the under to an 8. So not much movement, really, if you're going to be honest, from that 8.5 of minus 120. But I stay off this game as of now. Mike, you want to hear what you have to say? And obviously would love to hear what the guys in the chat have to say. So take it away, Mikey. Blue Jays.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody up there in the chat. I see all you guys. Make sure you throw the plays out there. Let's see what you're on. We see Nasty Nate's on the Celtics third quarter. Or he cashed the Celtics third quarter, I guess is what's going on there. He says only lost the second quarter. Okay. That being said, though, we got ourselves some early baseball. This is literally 30 minutes till first tip. And it's you talked about this thing here. We've got ourselves a little Kikuchi action in play. And I don't know about Kikuchi. I'm not entirely sold. In fact, the problem I've got, Jose, with this spot is Detroit to me has been just a full-out struggle. I can't seem to get on the right side. I see the cash. I see the action. We've got 63% of the bets and 71% of the cash on the Blue Jays here with Kikuchi. I'm going to go a couple different ways with this one here. I'm going to fade his ass. First and foremost here, I was looking at the Kikuchi fade. Kikuchi has a road favorite versus at least a decent team. Decent meaning they're within that 5-game of 500 stretch out there. Fading Kikuchi, 29-14 when he's playing against these types of teams. And unfortunately, I preface this by saying I've been on the wrong side of quite a few Detroit games as of late. But that being said, a couple ways I'm gonna dice this thing up here. First and foremost, I do think it's a lower scoring game, being that it is a Detroit fest out there. We've got Mize and Kikuchi, as you said. Mize 4.57 ERA, but only 1-3, struggling to get the runs. We'll go in that direction there with Kikuchi. We'll say under 2.5 earned runs for our guy Kikuchi. Let me see what that number was right now. Under 2.5 earned runs is minus 130 over on BetMGM for Kikuchi. Furthermore, I'm going to fade his ass as well, and I'm double dipping right off the hop for the early game. It's going to be a first 5 spot at plus 112. And then it's a full game spot for me at plus 115 as well. So F them Jays. Make sure you get that action in. We're about to pop off there, but that's the way to open up the card, Jose. 3 spots right off the gate. First game here before we even get lunch in us. We're going to be rolling deep. What do you think about that? What do you think about fading Kikuchi?
Well, I'm not fading him, but I will join you on the under. I'm on the first 5 under, Mikey, officially here. -4.5 minus 115 officially bet for me. I think that's a pretty shocking line that my local is listing, especially because across the board, I'm looking at first 5 lines and I'm seeing, where'd I go with Kikuchi? There we are. I'm seeing this open up just first 5, by the way, again. First 5 minus 120 to 4.5 here. And I'm seeing 4, although it's plus 120 to the under at Bet Online, which is weird. But that's, plus 4 for a plus 120. And I'm getting 4.5 minus 115 just seems crazy. And then Bovada as well, 4.5 minus 125. So that's just weird. So I'll take it. First 5 under. Hopefully the Blue Jays offense can go straight to bed as well. And it helps again with George Wood. You're giving us good information. So thank you. Springer, Turner out for Los Blue Jays here.
Even better.
And
sure
Riley Green, I think someone said it. Riley Green is out as well.
Yeah, fuck Riley Green.
How
about Perez? Let's get our guy Perez in play there as well. The up-and-coming rookie of the year here, Perez. Maybe an opportunity to get the bat on the ball, but we'll see. I think that's lower scoring.
When you said Perez, I immediately thought of Salvador. So that's the only Perez in my heart.
Wenzel, Jose. Wenzel Perez is ready to roll.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go to Dodgers Reds here. And Mikey, truthfully, I have 2 spots. Well, I had 1 spot that I'm going to bet, and we'll get to it very shortly. Hopefully, I don't know exactly where it is on our card yet. I didn't expect to bet that first 5 under, but I'm glad I did. These early games as well, sleepy spot. But I had 2 bets listed that I wanted to look at really hard. This is the other one, Mikey. Yet again, here we are. The Dodgers against the Reds bullpen day. And just take you guys back like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, however long it was now. This is a minus 300 spot against the Dodgers at home. Glass now pitching. Reds to get it done. Nick Martinez, the primary. Nick Martinez goes 5 innings, 1 hit against these Dodgers. Now, I know I am flying in the face a little bit of my zigzag theory that I just tend to think that these pitchers go back and forth, hitters adjust, etc. But Nick Martinez's success against the Dodgers is long lasting. It's been 2 years of it now, basically. And I kind of want to back the Reds here again, in some form or fashion here, thinking they can just find a way to get to Yamamoto and get it done here. Now, I think it's beneficial that it's a bullpen day because Jimmy said the other day when we were talking about this game, it's very hard for one person to go through this lineup repeatedly because it's so good. So we'll just get multiple cracks at the whip here. Obviously, we're playing bullpen roulette, reliever roulette, and who knows what happens with each reliever as they come in. But I do indeed want to take the Reds here. Now let's talk about the market here real quick. Of course, 80% of the bets, 96% of the money on the Dodgers. That's to be expected. This opened up at minus 205 on Bet Online. It's minus 200 now, so not much movement, but at least it's gone to the Reds. Minus 206 at Bovada. Now it's minus 208. Was 213 at one point. So not much movement with the money on the Dodgers here. Makes me a little more confident here. But yeah, I want to take it's kind of like a heat check bet for me, Mikey. Go back to the well with the minus 300 fade and take the Reds full game money line here. What do you think?
It's tricky with that. First of all, your affinity for the Pacific Rim and those young men and fading away to me is what astonishes me here. Brent Suter, you're going to go with Suter and these Reds versus this Dodger spot. Yesterday, obviously hindsight's 2020, but seeing that line, that is the classic example of something ain't right. We're sitting there with a Dodger spot at minus 145 right there, and it's so easy, and there's that free money. But now we see this line today, and this one does seem to have normalized a little bit from maybe where it should be. The challenge is the number that you have to lay here. You have to lay a 3-run spot for this Dodgers team to make a lot of sense, and that's where I have to be with this thing is the Dodgers minus 3. Couple spots, that jumped off the page for me specifically when I was looking at this one. We've got the Dodgers, unbelievable, but after a lower scoring game, less than 3 runs in that previous game, 51-23 that following game. They're 47-27 out there on the run line, and they're murking that run line by almost 3 runs. So this has got to be that Dodgers minus 3 spot coming out here laying some big gas off the hop, but plus 148 to me for the Dodgers minus 3. That's how this line it's telling us where this number needs to be. And use yesterday as the example at that minus 145, and they take that big L. But they're a bounce back team. The Dodgers during the day, afternoon bounce back spots there. Day revenge games for the favorites are 21-59. They're 8-2 in their last 10 on a nice little 5-game winning streak as well. Extended line them up here. We got to go to the Dodgers. Minus 2.5 right now is sitting at plus 116. But I think at this point here, they win this game by 4 runs. Give me the plus 148. Dodgers minus 3. Big number.
Mike, you're making me want to do it, Mike. You're making me want to do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've taken worse odds in a stake bet, Mike. You're making me want to do it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, you're gonna go head to head with me on a stake bet? You're gonna give me the opportunity to even up?
Yes, I will. I will give you the opportunity to even up here. Straight money line. I will be on the Reds. You can take the Dodgers.
Yeah, I'll take the Dodgers. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get myself back to neutral here with the stake bets. You guys heard it here.
Everyone in the chat sees this. I better get a plus 180's worth of stake when I win this Reds bet. God damn it! And I will
fat cap, a poor butchered steak to increase the weight of the actual piece of.
And I will give Mikey, minus 200 fillet. Just this big. It's just going to be this big. Oh, God. So, all right. The Reds, Dodgers. I'm on the Reds. Let's fucking ride. It's going to be fun. And shout out to Dan Kelly. Yes, I am going to be golfing today, hopefully. So, shout out to you, Dan Kelly. It's going to be MLB on the headphones and golfing, and hopefully not going to flip out and lose my shit today. All right. Braves, Pirates, the Justin McKelvey Bowl. He's out there right now, boots on the ground. Shout out to Justin. Chris Sale versus Martin Perez. Two of my baby boys, actually. So, Justin, I wish I was there. Two former Red Sox. Love that. Chris Sale has been phenomenal. What can you say about him? I've loved to see it. It's only hurt my feelings a little bit, but I love to see it. We're just going to blame that cunt Dave Bush, Red Sox pitching coach, former Red Sox pitching coach. But obviously, Mike, I didn't have much to say here. I think our guy Sharpie's probably on Chris Sale, a K prop. And it's sale day. That's what he does. Martin Perez just kind of shaky to back. If we're gonna be honest, it's very hit or miss with Martin, and it's scary. He went 4 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned last time out. Got crushed against the Brewers. 5 innings, 4 runs against the Angels. Just hasn't had a really standout start since the 27th of last month. So ultimately, I tend to stay away from these kind of games, especially since the high price. Market, 78% of the bets, 76% of the money on the Bravos here. This total went from, where are we? Braves, or should I say money line, I should say. Minus 205 to minus 225. It's minus 245 at Bovada. It opened up at 215 there. Bovada always juicing those favorites. And then on the total, 95% of the bets, 94% of the money on the over in this game. And for this total, shockingly enough, it was 8.5 juice to the under. Now it's an 8. Again, you can tell me it's the same. I believe you. 8 over is even money there, minus 105. So some under love here, but what do you think here, Mikey?
Oh, this got your name all over this under right now. Look at this cash pouring in on that over. Screaming like a missile on runs in this game here. And why not? It's the Braves. There's no way they get less than 4.5 team total. Where's Dabby Cavs? Somebody get this guy on the phone. He's black.
Yeah, what my one loss yesterday was Dabby Cav team total Braves. He got us both on it. So shout out to Dabby.
Yeah. The fact remains, though, that the Braves have been one of those teams that is a cluster spot there. They cluster up wins in bunches. They cluster up runs in bunches. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, has been something that's kind of hard to put your finger on as far as trying to figure out when it, shout out to the old last year's season, right? Raise it up and get them rolling. But I think this is a lower scoring game.
I love how you say raise it up and not just raise it. I love that. So I think that's my favorite part about it as well.
Fuck Pittsburgh. Any way you look at it, and everybody that wears one of their jerseys, 4.8 earned run average for Martin Perez, 1-3 on the season. But yeah, shout out to Sharpie with this Chris Sale. I'm sure the Sale ship is floating around the harbor right now with this 2.22 ERA, 7-1. This guy on the season. This is one of those spots that you have to go big or stay the fuck home, and it's one of those opportunities where you get the first 5 under 4. There's juicy 4.5s out there, but the first 5 under 4 is sitting at minus 105 on Caesar. Then you look at the full game, we can still get an 8. There's still an 8, but there's a lot of 7.5s out there. The 8s, you're going to pay up for it, right? It's a minus 118 for the 8, but I'm going to double dip this spot too. I almost thought about taking the opportunity to jump Atlanta into that thing with the under, but the under 7.5 and the Atlanta Braves side of things is plus 195. I'm just going to stick to the total in this game. I think we see that lower scoring opportunity. We've seen a ton of overs as of late, but these guys, these teams, this is one of the highest graded unders I have on the card for my trend dashboard today. So under 4, under 8 for me, Jose.
Okay. All right. Wow. I will keep that in mind, Mikey. I've got that written down right now as a first 5 under.
I mean, shit, what happened here? A couple weeks ago, you were Mr. What's happening in the market. You got 95% of the bets, 94%
What
of the cash.
happened, Mikey? I'll go right back to my fucking record right now. I'll show my record again, Mikey. That's what fucking happened. You know, it went from, all these unders, and then I kept betting these fucking unders and getting murdered, just murdered dead. I went from I think I was my peak. I was 73% on totals at one point this season, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I told myself, I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna bet money line and totals. That's it." And then for the last 2 weeks, I got murdered. Now, Mikey, my totals number, shockingly enough, still positive, 50 and 40, 55% now of 5 units betting full game totals. So. But again, that's down from 70% earlier. So that is the only reason why I'm probably not on the under, if we're being honest.
Okay. The rise and fall of the young Bouquet. Let's go.
Yeah, no.
Shout out, I see Dan Kelly out there. I see Philly Eagle Flyer, Morgan Spooner. Craig Wood in the house says, by the way, Oak State Cowboys, Big 12 champs. Is that a
yes? That was fun. I did have the dual cowboy cowgirl string up for a while there. It was fun. And shout out to Dan Kelly. I never practiced my putting at all, so I will do that today for you. Very interesting. And I know Dan Kelly's got some old man putting game out there. Mikey, I just have this random question for you. Are you going to grow the beard out? Are we going to get the full beard?
I'd like to see it. I mean,
I'd like to see the full beard.
Yeah, you want to see the beard game, huh? It's great, man. It's tough. It's tough to see it be so.
No, it's the White Wolf. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? The White Wolf is here.
Yeah, I try to keep it tight. We'll see what happens. You know, maybe we'll get it going. Why not? Let's see what happens. Let's see how long we can go.
Well, Mikey, now
we talk about.
You know what I have to do now, Mikey. You know what I have to do. I have to put a poll in the chat, and that has to decide it.
That's it.
You know,
all right, throw it in the chat. Let's see what they say.
So we'll put a poll in the chat, and if we get to 100 likes, then Mikey will have to do whatever the poll says. So this is how we operate here at Pub Sports Radio. Now, Mikey, while I am doing this, I'll let you introduce Seattle, Washington here. Patrick Corbin, Brian, woo.
What a game we got on deck here with these boys, huh? It's Patrick Corbin Day. Everybody knows about Patrick Corbin Day. And we got Brian Woo out there running and gunning, Jose. What a battle here. Look at this line, too. We open up sitting there around the plus 150 threshold right now. We've got the line open at plus 130. Home doggy dogs, them Nationals are, and they've moved to plus 145. Reverse movement? No. We've got 70% of the bets and 72% of the cash. Expecting Brian Woo to go out there and get it done. Then we look at the total at 89% of the bets on the over, 90% of the cash on the over. Corbin, 6.29 ERA, 1-5 on the season. And man, Brian Woo has been gunning, 50.57 ERA, 2-0 on his young season as well. It's an interesting number though at 2-0 because clearly there's a struggle to get these runs out there for this guy. He's confident. You can comfortably expect him to come out there and fire, but just seems like Seattle, again, just like we talked about with Atlanta, which Seattle team shows up. And right now they are currently on a 4-game losing streak, lost the last 2 spots against them Yankees, and they're getting bashed up by these Nationals. They lost the first game 6-1. They lost the second game 3-1. Seems to be that the only thing you can comfortably count on here is the Mariners are going to struggle to score. But it's Patrick Corbin Day, Jose. How do you play and attack this spot? What a lot of fun. This could be a battle. What do you think?
Yes, this is going to be an interesting game. And by the way, Demetrius Mack asking about any home run plays on the early games here. Now, it's a good question. I went to go do the research because Mikey, tell me you had an RBI play on Bryce Harper yesterday, because even I on my show yesterday said, I mean, obviously Bryce Harper's going to hit a home run today because he got tossed last night. I mean, that was so easy. And by the way, breaking news. Hold on. Justin McKelvey just got pulled over because his tent was too dark.
What? They still do that?
Apparently so. Justin, I'm glad you made it out of the exchange alive and well, because in some areas of the country, that is not guaranteed. So shout out to you, Justin. I'm glad you're alive, and that sucks, but I'm glad you're back on the road there. So now you have to make the money to pay for the ticket here. So here we go. God, $200.
Shit.
$200. That's two Justin McKelvey stacks plays a day, though, right? That's nothing. That's
riding dirty, man. You got that tent. You got to be careful. Get yourself covered.
All right. So, but someone said, Demetrius, you asked for a home run, and yeah, Mikey, again, even fucking I was like, Bryce Harper home run, easy money. Of course, he hits a RBI in the first inning and then a home run in the ninth, and I was like, well, fuck me, I guess. So, did you have anything on Harper yesterday?
No. So the short answer to that is no. It's funny
that
because
hurts my feelings.
Yeah. I was rolling Bender for 3 straight days there, and I got to a little live stream last night for some of the NBA and NHL. These guys were firing, and I remember one of them came in there and said, Bryce Harper. I think it was 2+ RBIs, a home run, 2+. I mean, it was just a Bryce Harper fest, and right off the gate, he gets it done, and he just kept rolling. The problem for me was I faded the Phils. I had Colorado Rockies in the first 5 yesterday, so I couldn't root for any Bryce Harper action, and yet it was so easy that I feel like I left that one out there for the books. I'll have to go back and pick it up today.
Yeah, god damn it, that was so annoying. But I love how all this is. We've had it like a 20-minute aside here because Justin McKelvey got pulled over, and I've been trying to find some home runs for this guy. So the short answer, Demetrius. Ozzy Albies, 4 plate appearances, 2 home runs against Martin Perez, maybe. Mark Canha, perhaps. He had 24 plate appearances against Yusei, 5 hits, 2 home runs, maybe. Those are the only 2 I can really give you here as well. So.
Wenzel Perez, there you go.
Wenzel Perez as well. Wenzel Perez. But all right, let's talk about this lovely Seattle Mariners Washington Nationals spot here. Let's get to the market here because Brian Woo's been phenomenal.
You gotta say it right, Jose. You gotta say it right.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Brian has pitched pretty well to start this off. Let's talk about it. 3 starts, 15 2/3, 1 earned run, 15 Ks, 2 walks. Just has been great. And this might be a case of the Reynaldo Lopez where he's, kind of that 5th guy on the rotation, and he's like, all right, well, it's time. I got to pitch my fucking ass off, or they're gonna boot me to AAA. And he's been doing that. 70% of the bets, 72% of the money on the Seattle Mariners, and 89% of the bets, 90% of the money on the over in this game. They went from an opener of -195 to -163 here for Patrick Corbin. No way. They can't. Can someone double check that? I can't. There's no way this opened up at 95. I'm seeing this jump down to -165 11 minutes later, so I don't believe that's right, actually. On Bovada, this opened up at -168, now -172. So that sounds a lot better. I guess that was just a mistake from Bet Online. But I didn't want to back this game or bet on this game either, Mike. Did you have anything?
I do. Yeah, this is. I'm going to roll with the train here. First of all, we see what Brian Woo and what he can do out there, and he's a low scoring type of guy. But the thing about this one for me was, yeah, Patrick Corbin Day. The world knows fade this guy and what he does out there, but the Mariners on the road against a left-handed pitcher, fade away on them boys out there. Struggling spot, but I was looking at the total here. The spot that I'm rolling with is I'm going no run in the first inning to get this thing started. Just straight opportunity for Brian Woo to go out there, step up, and get the job done. Keep him at least the first 3 guys. And it's a great price. It's even money on FanDuel. FanDuel, no run first inning Nationals. No run first inning, even money. That's it. In and out of this game, the sweaty 6, Jose.
God, Mikey, I have not bet a Nerfy in so long, and it truly is like crack. It truly is. Once you get a little taste on the lips, and I'm just like, oh, I need it. I need it bad. Let me see what the Seattle Mariners are doing against lefties this month, and you might get me in on a Nerfy here. Seattle, 85 weighted runs created plus, Mikey. All right, Mike. All right, let me see if my local offers Nerfies, and if not, I have to go to our friends at Bet Online and et cetera, et cetera. But oh yes, here we go. Score in the first inning, of course. What are we getting here, Mikey? Minus 110 for the no?
Yeah, let's go. Let's roll, Brian. Woo! Gonna go out there and shut him down. We got Corbin. Corbin probably gets blasted, but it's the bottom of the order, which is where you wouldn't expect it, and then into the next line, the second time through the rotation. So, like I said, as of late, there's a recent struggle against these lefties, and Corbin just got shelled the other day. So I don't know that we see the full bounce back, and I don't know that I want to get overly involved when it comes to the national side of things, but Mariners aren't scoring. Let's go. Let's get this Nerfy. Let's get the sweaty 6 in and out of this thing, and let's move on.
The sweaty 6. Oh, man. Fuck. This is going to be hilarious. I can't wait. All right. Nerfy's in for me, minus 110. And yeah, Professor Chris, the first inning is historically the highest scoring inning. But fucker, we ride. We ride. It's fun. Let's go to the next game here. The Boston Red Stockings versus the Brewers here. And I have said throughout this series that I just cannot bet the Red Sox, and I do not think anyone should bet the Red Sox at a minus 140 price against a Brewers team that is pretty decent. The Red Sox are good at beating up bad teams, and the Brewers are not bad. So, I mean, I think this is another Brewers spot here. Now, here's the thing. The difference is now Tanner Houck's on the bump, and I have fully bought in to the Boston or to the Tanner Houck hype. He's the guy. He's the number one starter, not Brian Bayo. And he's very good. He's been phenomenal. He's right-handed Chris Sale. We've had these conversations before. But I just do not think that a minus 144 price is good right now or decent for you to bet on the Red Sox, especially at home. They don't play well either. So I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a Tobias Myers gem or them just rocking Tanner Houck when that 9.5 total maybe seems like that might be the case. But I cannot do it. So I probably just pass here.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to get invested in this game either. I'm, kind of looking at what these two teams have done. Clearly the Brewers, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think Phil the Kill says it in the chat there. The Brewers are bipolar, absolutely. Red Bearded Chick says the under. Brewers are Brewers and the under as well. And I would probably lean in that direction. I just don't have any excitement about getting involved in this one. I nailed the Brewers spot. Was all over them already both games this series. So I just don't know I want to get there. Now I see home favorites in the game 3 of a series if they lost their last 2, right? So this is the factor. Does a team lose 3 in a row in the series? More often than not, the answer is no. 145 and 69 when they're 0-2 going into game 3 of the series itself. And these teams have won the 7 of their last 10. I'm not laying that price for the Red Sox for me in this game here. Early action, lots of action, just no action on this Red Sox game there. Shout out Nasty Nate. I know he says the Red Sox are going to smash. And, 67% of the bets, 92% of the cash, but the line's dropping here. You've got, I don't know if it's dropping as much as stabilizing, minus 144 to minus 142 versus the plus 122 to plus 125. I just don't have any excitement in this one. I've already cashed both Brewer spots that have been on here. I would have to go Brewers or nothing, but everything does say it's a Red Sox spot. It's just not for me. Craig Woods got Red Sox minus 1 minus 107 on the card though. It's not a terrible look. I just can't get there with the spot. Tobias Myers doesn't strike me as the guy I want to put my cash on at plus money either. So it's a tricky spot there. It's a straight pass for me. No action, Jose.
No action for you, Miguel. I want to talk about one game and one game only, and it's this fucking game right here. Kansas City Royals, Tampa Bay Rays. The Royals on a big winning streak here. I think it's 7. Now. We were on them yesterday. It was sweaty yesterday, but we were on them. And Mikey, at the beginning of this series, I said, if the Royals want me to take them seriously, they have to do a number to the Rays in this series. They have to beat them down in this first game and then just win the series. And they've done that. They beat them down in the first game. They won the series. But goddamn, Mikey, do I want to bet the fucking Royals here again? And this is the first time all year that I've wanted to go against the market here. Because I believe in Taj Bradley. I think he's going to be good. But I just think simply the Royals are better. The Royals are better. And they have to, and like I said, they have to show that they are a serious team for me. They won the series. Now go out there and fucking put the ski mask on. Take the club. Go out to St. Pete. And go fucking club the fucking baby devil Ray in the back of the head. So I have wanted to take the Kansas City Royals here all morning. All morning, I've been hovering over the Royals. I want to back it, and I want to bet it. And I really hope they win this game, because guess what, Mikey? They're going to change cities after this, and we're going to fade the fuck out of them in the next game. But God damn it, do I want them to win this game right now? Win this game, sweep them, win. Now let's talk about the market here, because the market is going against me. And I have not faded the market at many points. You know, it's nice. 45% of the bets and 69% of the money on the Royals here. So sharp money, bigger bets on the Royals. Probably people riding the streak. My opened up at minus 120 for the Rays. Now minus 124 opened up at Bovada at minus 120. Now minus 130 there. So it's not getting, cheaper to back the Rays, but people are getting more better lines to back the Royals here. And I'm worried, Mikey. So you tell me what you think about this game, because I want to back them. I want to back them bad. What do you think?
So I got burnt on this game yesterday because I was looking at the under here, and unbeknownst to me, the Kansas City Royals decided to go on this hell of a winning streak. At the same time, the Tampa Bay Rays have been on a little losing streak here. They were able to pick some things up. They got some momentum going. 2 series back there. The first series against the Red Sox is when I think things kind of heated up for them Tampa Bay bats. But since then, they have been getting clubbed like the proverbial baby seal. And the Red Sox came into town and did some smash job on them. But Kansas City's firing right now. This number just seems concerning to me here. Why, with everybody betting on the Kansas City Royals, as hot as they've been, as cold as those bats have been with Tampa Bay, why is this number moving in Tampa Bay's direction? Suspicious opportunity here. And these are the ones that, I said this to you the other day. Baseball is a volume game. You got to embrace some of these spots here. We got the AL East. We talked about this the other day on Last Call. Teams in the AL East playing head-to-head, they battle each other for 500, but they do dominate the teams outside of the division. I think this is a spot where Waka comes to a flaming halt today. The AL East at home off a loss. Great bounce back spots, 251 and 106 over the last season. So great opportunity here and a great price for this Rays team. Now, like I said, yesterday I was on the under. The extra innings got me, but I'm going to take the Rays. I'm going to do it. I'm going full game, though. I'm not going to mess around with that first 5. Something's going on with this line and this number, and seeing the cash continue to move despite the spot they opened it with. Give me Taj Bradley to beat up on Waka Waka. Let's go.
That's disappointing to hear, Mikey.
I know.
Disappointing to hear.
I know. I don't want to be there. I find myself. I'm there. I am. Here I am. Feet taped to the pedals, rolling around like a hamster on the wheel. Give me Taj.
Okay, I'll stay off then.
Oh, I don't want to talk you off it. We got
Oh, no. You successfully talked me off of it. I will have Kansas City money line as a potential, or if bets, I should say. I have 3 categories of bets right now, Mikey.
Okay.
By the way, I have my actual bets, I have potential bets, and then I have if bets. And my if bets are the bets that I'm too pussy to make because I've been so bad recently, and I've just been quietly just seeing like, 1-2, 2-1. And just saying how the if bets do to see if I'm actually seeing the board well. So this is an if bet in that category. So we'll see. All right, let's move on. I'm disappointed I'm not on the Royals, but Mikey money on the Rays here. Giants, Mets. Another game I looked hard at and was interested in taking the Giants, but market screaming here, Mets, I think. Mikey, let's talk about it. We know Logan Webb, worse on the road. We get that story often. And let's talk about the market here. 63% of the bets on the Giants, but only 39% of the money on them. So sharp money on the Metropolitans here. This opened up at minus 115 for Logan Webb. It is now minus 110 going down. Very interesting, and a shitload of money on the over here. 94% of the money and 94% of the bets, 85% of the money. First time I've done that today, so 10 lashings there, all on the over. And we have a total that really hasn't moved much. We're starting to see an 8. One place, Bovada has shown an 8 so far, so maybe we'll see more. Heritage also actually showing an 8. But open up at minus 115 at a 7.5 here. So very interesting. I do think Logan Webb struggles here, Mikey. But, the first indication of my book, and I don't know about your guys' book and what they have to say, but a book not wanting me to bet something, obviously, is a juicing a team total. And I was looking at both team totals here, and a Giants team total of 3.5 is minus 140 for me, which is crazy. But I went back and forth on this game. And I with the market and everything, I am considering the Mets, but want to hear what you guys have to say. Don't know if I'll move on it, though. Mikey, what do you think?
Well, you see Logan Webb's numbers, and, a lot of the ups and downs. The guy's just been finding a way to – he's having one of his best seasons. And surprisingly to me when I say that, because San Francisco isn't a team that – I just can't seem to get right on San Francisco. And ultimately for me, it's a spot that I guess the question – I'm going to pass on this game. Logan Webb, I feel he's got to be due for some regression out there. I don't want to get involved with Minaya, though, and this Mets team is just something I just can't get right either. Minaya's 3.11 ERA looks good, but I think it's more about who they've had in front of them. The teams, you're playing teams like the Braves, who just, again, we talked about them earlier, can't find a way to get consistency when it comes to the bats. And on the other side of things, though, you see that this Mets team, they're certainly not scared to go out there and chase balls as well. So I kind of lean to the over in this game. I think with the 7.5, I hate 7.5. I said this yesterday too.
Yeah, I remember this.
I can't get into it. I can't. 3.5s in the first 5s, 7.5 in the full games. I would lean to the opposite of where you expect this thing to be here. I think there's going to be some runs, afternoon, Sunday spot for us. I just don't have an official. I just can't get there. I want to take the first 5 over 3.5. I want to take the full game over 7.5. Every time I see those numbers, I want to get there. But then I look back at these teams and I think, well, who's going to do it for me? Which one of these teams is going to push the runs over the mark? I'd be inclined to say that it's the Mets, but then every time I looked at this game on paper last night, I'm looking at it going, well, Logan Webb's the neutralizer. So it's just a tough spot for me. And Logan Webb's been playing fantastic. The Mets hitting right-handed pitchers this past week specifically. My sample's a week. I don't care about 3 weeks back or whatever. 357 OBA, 137 WRC, baby, 205 ISO. These guys are hitting. They're getting the bat on the ball, and that's kind of what leads me to the over in this game. I just don't have the official. So it's a pass for me, Jose. I can't get there.
Okay, fair enough. I'm off as well. Lean Mets. Lean over as well with you, Mikey, but no action there. Let's keep rolling. Baltimore, Chicago White Sox here. Bradish versus Crochet. Good pitching matchup. And I've gotten to the point with the Orioles, excuse me, that I don't know if I can trust them. I mean, one of the smarter things that I've said this year, Mikey, was my World Series prediction of Yankees Phillies. And I feel like I've been just dead on that so far. Both teams have been really good. And I think that the Yankees win this division, but this Orioles bullpen is just going to continue to fucking kill them. Just kill them dead. And I am begging the Orioles. I would love to be wrong about the New York Yankees when making the World Series. I don't want to live in that world. So I am begging the Orioles to go get bullpen help. Until then, I just do not feel comfortable taking full game bets with them. There's always runs late, it seems. And this 7, it feels like it's a little low. This is one of those games, Mikey, where if you're just sitting around and you're watching this game, as soon as one of these two guys leave the game, take the live over. And when the other guy leaves, go ahead and take the live over again. You get like a 4.5 or whatever, because these guys will probably pitch well and do their thing. We know who Garrett Crochet and Bradish are at this point. Bradish, this is his, I need to look it up here, but I think this is like 5th start now at this point for good old Kyle Bradish. And we all expect him to be the ace. This is going to be his 5th start. He's given up 1 earned run in every start but one. In that one, he gave up 2 earned runs. And what is he going to do to a bad White Sox lineup? So, again, I'm off this game as well. I'll give you guys the splits here in a second. But, again, if I was betting this game, if I was sitting around not doing shit and not playing golf this afternoon, this would definitely be a wait until these guys leave and live betting over in this game, because goddamn, I don't believe in these bullpens. Splits 85% of the bets, 95% of the money on the Orioles, and 96% of the bets, 95% of the money on the over in this game. The over money has not done shit to the total. This opened up at 7.5, juice to the under, so you can tell me it's a 7, like we say. But now it's like a 7 minus 110 each way. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, like I said, I full game under, but live bet the under as well. Or live bet the over, excuse me, you can make some money. Mikey, what do you think?
I didn't realize until you said that the ineptness of the bullpen that the Baltimore Orioles are rolling out there here. But what's surprising to me is they're repricing the Crochet to get the win prop out there. I was looking for that right now on at least DraftKings, and I see that it is down, and that's kind of an interesting situation there to see that there's a little concern from these books, and that's the number that I've been cashing with this guy just to get the win. The rest of the White Sox can go eat shit, but I'm gonna have to pivot back here. I can't see the number for it. I'm gonna take the first 5 though for the White Sox. They're bad. Bullpens are bad. The total's probably skyrocket over. Not a lot on paper that you look at with this White Sox current run here, losing 4 straight games and thinking, okay, maybe they have a shot. But, then you look back at that Toronto game and they pulled off a 5-0 type of situation. So I'm going to take them. First 5, I got plus 130 for the White Sox. But I don't want the full game. And you're both these teams. Getaway spot here, traveling afterwards as well. Who the hell knows what's going to happen after the 5th inning? But what I do know is Crochet's a guy that you can bet on at this point, and I will do just that. So it's a first 5 spot for me. The White Sox, when they do allow 4 or fewer runs on the season, finding their way 60-43. So if they can keep them off the scoreboard early, there might very well be that opportunity to win this full game too. But plus 130 seems like a fair number for me to take Crochet, get the W. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So, and by the way, did Christopher Tatum, did that just happen? The Orioles just acquire a reliever during this show? I mean, it's not a good reliever, obviously, but did they really just do that after I just went on an impassioned plea for them to get a bullpen arm?
About just how bad they actually are when it comes to the.
Is that if that actually happened, Christopher Tatum, then I guess the Orioles front office just watches the program and like, you know what? He's right. Picked up the phone immediately. Oh no, this is earlier this week. Well, You know, Christopher, I've said this a couple times, and I don't know what his timeline is, but they should pick up another Brewers reliever on that staff who's not pitching right now, who's going to be a free agent after this year. Take him and put him in the back end of your bullpen for the rest of the year and let Devin Williams fucking cook. It would be awesome to see. And then while you're at it, go ahead and pick up 2 more good relievers because you need them as well. But yes, I would. Because the trade deadlines are never interesting anymore. Unfortunately, my dream trade for this trade deadline is for the Orioles to get Devin Williams and for him to come back sooner rather than later. Next game on our slate.
Jose,
yes.
You didn't ask me my trade. My ideal trade.
Okay, well, go ahead. Sure, yeah, let's hear it.
I got it. I'd like to see Mike Trout get traded straight to hell. How about that?
Oh, okay. Okay. Any particular reason why?
Yeah, it seems like his vitriol for the Phillies and not wanting to play with Bryce Harper. So, that being said, go out, sit front row at them Eagles games when you're out again as well. But, yeah, Mike Trout, see your ass in hell.
Well, I did have a wet dream of Mike Trout growing some balls and requesting a trade. And then the Phillies stepping up and being like, we'll pay his contract. We'll take it. And it being Trout and Harper in the same lineup would be pretty fun. But yeah, no, he's just loves Los Angeles.
Loves losing.
Loves Anaheim. It's tough. It's tough. It makes me sad. But that's why our Lord and Savior, Shohei Ohtani, is who he is. Mike.
Couldn't wait to get out of there. Couldn't wait to leave Mike Trout. Said, see ya.
Yeah, I know. I love the theory. Shout out to Dallas Braden, that his theory of Ohtani chose the Angels to play alongside the best player of the generation and to just show everyone, this is how much better I am than this guy. He's your best. I will show you every day I am better than him. And he did. But let's talk about this Texas-Minnesota game. There were no starter, or was not a starter out when I started making these graphics. Now, thank you, Morgan Spooner, for put this in the chat earlier. Gerson Garabito starting for the Rangers here. Gerson Garabito. Now, as I see him on the mound here, you guys know what I'm immediately thinking, I'm sure. The Rangers want Gerson Garabito to pitch over Jack Leiter. Just remember that. Gerson Garabito, Jose Urena, both better than Jack Leiter. So Gerson, 95 birthday, so only a year older than me, 2 years older than me, actually. But he started off in the Kansas City Royals in 2013, Mikey. Wow. 2013. Played with the Royals in rookie ball 3 years. Goes to A ball, goes back to rookie ball. By the way, Mikey, rookie ball for 3 years, goes up to A ball in 2016, goes 2-11, 18 games started, a 4.8 ERA, and they're like, you know what? Let's go back to rookie ball. Goes back to rookie ball, fucking goes up to AAA again, pitches better, 4-5 with a 2.81 ERA in 2017. So there you go. Then goes to AAA, goes to high A, then goes to AA in 2019. Then the pandemic happens. Then he goes to the Giants. So there's AA in the Giants. Then he makes it AAA in the Giants. And then I don't know where he went for 2-3 years. Who knows? But then from 2021, goes to AAA, and then 2024 now on the Rangers. Who knows? Maybe he went to Korea. I have no idea. But there's a big gap, obviously, there from 21 to 24. He shows back up on the Rangers here. And now went from AA to AAA, and now is getting his first career major league appearance. And Mikey, I went through all that to say that if there's anyone that's fucking motivated to go out there and have a fucking day, it's this fucking guy. He's been grinding his fucking balls off since 2013. What was I doing in 2013, Mikey? I was fucking a sophomore in high school. I was in a sophomore high school.
You're
Like,
fucking.
No, I was not. I did not lose my virginity till senior year of high school, so I can confirm no fucking sophomore year of high school. But fucking just grinded his ass off, and now has dominated this year, like Morgan Spooner saying, a 2.05 ERA in Round Rock, and Round Rock's in Texas, so it's not like it's that like offensive, minded or whatever, but still. He went to Colorado Springs, I think their AAA affiliate is. He went to Colorado twice, 6 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs. He went out for a relief appearance for whatever reason for one of them, but 6 innings shutout. He's been just good this year. So all this to say, Mikey, and I've been going on this diatribe for like 10 minutes now. I would love to back this fucking guy to pitch well here today, Mikey. I would love it. I want to back a first 5 under here. Let's see what the market has to say. Obviously, a bunch of people on the Twins, 79% of the bets, 77% of the money on them. But let's look at the total. 72% of the bets, 66% of the money on the over here. And we really haven't moved much since this line's pretty fresh. But, Mikey, I would love to hear your thoughts on this game. And by the way, J-Dub's asking, did I have a winning record at wrestling? I can't confirm no, because that 2-14 record is only in 1 year. So I achieved all those losses in 1 year. 2-14, Mikey, not a big deal. Mikey, remember that 2-14.
Gotcha. 2-14.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't have wrestling in Texas. It was a Virginia thing, so I moved. And yeah, no wrestling for Jose. But go ahead, Mikey. Sorry.
Yeah, is he an opener, or is he going to go some sizable or significant distance here when it comes to the starting pitcher?
I expect him to go because he's gone 6 innings, 4 innings, 6 innings. I would appreciate if the Rangers did not throw out one of their slapdick relievers behind him. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm going to refresh. RotoWire had Sean Alexander listed, but now they have Gearson. But I expect Gearson to go some innings, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Twins are playing great ball right now. There's no question about it. Pablo Lopez, clearly 4-4, not getting all the accolades that go into it. They're boom or bust as well. They kind of hit like we talked about with Atlanta, where they hit in bunches. The flip side of it with Texas, though, how could you want a part of what the hell Texas has got going on right now? Even some of their key guys. Here's a live betting stat for you guys. If the Rangers are somehow tied towards the end of the game and this number comes down on the Minnesota Twins, live bet the shit out of the Twins. They're 10-16 when they're tied entering the 7th inning. Are these Texas Rangers? They're bad. They can't close and they can't win. And then you look at kind of part of the reason why. You got guys like Adolis Garcia striking out at a higher rate of any spots in his career, 6th highest strikeout rate in Major League Baseball. That tells me a couple of things here. First and foremost, when you got your best guys, these hitters that are gripping the bat super tight, they're swinging at everything, and they're just not finding the opportunity. Now, will there be some opportunity for positive regression and the Texas Rangers at some point come back? Yeah, but let's not forget, Jose, it was this time last year that you were saying they're not going to make the playoffs. And yet the Texas Rangers were able to surprise everybody and go on and get the job done. Maybe they're just not as good as everybody thinks they are. And that's kind of the point that I'm at with this Texas Rangers team here. I have no play. I have no action in this thing. I would look to live bet at the end of the game if it's tied. Even if the Rangers are somehow up 1, I would still look for the Minnesota Twins. And we're looking for that 7th inning. That's the magic number there. 7th inning stretch. Everybody goes out there and gets themselves a hot dog. We're going to live bet this Minnesota Twins team and try to get some cash at the end of this game.
I am officially on first 5 under 4.5 here. Sorry. Yeah, 4.5. There we go. I just want to double check. 4.5 minus 120. Gearson, let's fucking go. And I looked and I was like, why the fuck do I like this guy so much? And I looked and I was like, is he from Venezuela and I just don't know it? Dominican. So let's fucking go, Gearson. I believe in the guy. First 5 under. I cannot wait. And yeah, I feel the same way about the Rangers I felt last year. I kind of feel this way about the Astros this year. Like I said, I feel like they're kind of my mini Rangers from this year, and they're just going to go and romp and win the division. I'm going to look like an asshole. But yeah, I don't believe in the Astros either. So I agree there with the Rangers and Astros. Next, Philadelphia, Colorado. You know, we're an hour in. We still have 5 games left. So we'll pick up the pace here a little bit. I know these games are starting, obviously, semi-soon. Ranger Suarez versus the Rockies here. Mikey, the last time a Philadelphia Phillies pitcher won 9 straight decisions was in the 1910s.
Jeez,
Ranger
right?
Suarez. And by the way, his first start this year, Ranger Suarez, a no decision that his team eventually won. So he has been phenomenal. 10-game winning streak for Ranger Suarez. And God damn it, every time I talk about Ranger Suarez, I think about what could have been. What could have been, Mikey? Silvino fucking Bracco. Oh, my God, I'm going to start fucking crying already. Let's go to the market here. And by the way, thank you, JPZ, for gifting a membership. Shout out to you, JPZ. Phil the Kill getting it. Shout out to you, JPZ.
Nice.
I'm ending the poll here, Mikey. And I love to see it. 70% of 84 people say grow that motherfucker out. So you guys know what to do now. We have to get to 100 likes. We're at 59 likes right now. If we get to 100 likes, Mikey fucking Money, you must grow that fucking beard. We want to see that. We want to see that thing grow.
You want to see the, it's not even salt and pepper. It's just straight salt up in this thing.
Yes, we want to see it. I need to see the white wolf. I need to see it, Mikey. Now, shout out to Port Dope and Cal Quantrill. He's been a great pitcher for us recently. I just do not think today is his day. 92% of the bets, 95% of the money on the Philadelphia Phillies here. 56% of the bets, 64% of the money on the over in this game. Some under money here. Very interesting. This is one of the rare games where there's some under money. This went from 10 to 9.5 here. Very interesting. Maybe Cal Quantrill is going to have a good start here. He's been just good. This is flat good recently. Him and Austin Gomber holding it down for the Rockies. Last 3 starts for Cal, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 6 innings, 1 earned run. That's all you can ask for in a Rockies pitcher. And I'm not even mentioning a 7 2/3 shutout against the Pirates there. So I probably lean under in this game, but I didn't want to make any money or make any action on this game. I guess make any money as well. Any action for you here, Mikey?
Yeah, this is a parlay spot for me here with a little same game opportunity. I went with the Phillies minus 1.5 and the under 9.5. It's plus 280 over on DraftKings. You talk about it. Here's the question. Is Cal Quantrill going to be the guy that breaks up this Ranger Suarez love affair that's happening out with Major League Baseball? And I just don't see it. Shout out. I know C-Mac and I were talking about this the other day and made a great point about Colorado Rockies in the first 5. I'll give the guys, when you got a great take, I'll give you your credit. And he was like, Colorado Rockies are a first 5 team. Play him and then just get the hell out of there. And last night was executed to a T. We got the Rockies at plus 200 in the first 5 against them Phils. Then we rolled out there and faded away. The Phillies live betting away on them boys. So probably a similar story that takes place today. I just don't know that Colorado's got enough to get the job done. I expect less contact from the Rockies than maybe you might traditionally see in this opportunity at Coors at home with the 9.5. Ranger Suarez off on the road after a win. Tremendous 17-4. It's not just this season that he's out there dominating, but for whatever reason, this guy loves going on the road. Maybe he's got the side piece on the road. Maybe they meet him up in Coors in Colorado and he gets a little side action. I don't know. But they're winning by over 3 runs a spot in them Ranger Suarez games. However, 7-14 to the under. The other team is averaging less than 3 runs a game in those spots here. It's the double spot there. It makes a ton of sense here. Let's see Philly get out there, finish this thing off big. -1.5, under 9.5 is plus 280. Philadelphia Phillies. Grandma wearing your sister's panties there, Jose. Grandma's wearing the sister's panties. Playing the day again. Phillies -1.5 in the under, 9.5 plus 280.
What would have the money line been for the Phillies in that?
Last night?
No. Well, for today,
in this spot here, it's plus 200. Plus 200 to take a 2-1 spot there for the Phillies and the under to get the job done.
Yeah, I like that. All right.
Hard to be mad at that.
Yeah, you know what? For the first time, I'm not mad that my grandmother has put my sister's panties on. I looked at her and I was like, you know what? Doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look that bad, Grandma.
You know what, Grandma? You look good in them panties.
You don't look so bad, Grandma. Not bad. Cleveland, Los Angeles. Mike's about to choke thinking about it. That's how much he loves it. Ben Lively, Reed Detmers. Man, Reed, I defended you for so long, and you've paid me back with nothing. Nothing recently, Reed. His last few starts, this is horrible. 4 innings, 6 earned runs. 5 innings, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. 5 innings, 6 earned runs. 5 2/3, 7 earned runs against these very Cleveland Guardians. 5 innings, 5 earned runs. 7 innings, 4 earned runs. That was the last decent start he had against the Orioles. Unfortunately, I just can't back him here. But again, I will mention that I tend to believe that these, if a pitcher sees a lineup once and struggles, I tend to think he will lock in and zigzag that start and go in and pitch well. And on the opposite side, I tend to think the lineup thinks to lock in and tries to hit this guy harder if they struggled against him. So I think Reed Detmers might go out there and pitch well. Ben Lively has been solid. But Mikey, I considered taking an under in this game. But then I reminded myself that I have lost so many fucking unders with the Cleveland Guardians this year. It is insanity. I just have a bias that the Guardians have a shitty offense from last year, and it is not the case. They have just hit well all year so far. So I'm off this game. I didn't want to tie my shit up in this game and just get confused again. Market in this game, 75% of the bets, 85% of the money on the Guardians. Oh, my God. Am I going to have to move on the fucking Angels here, Mikey? All that money on the Guardians, and this went from -115 to like -116, -117. Actually, now down to -111 at BetOnline and down to -112. Oh, man. Mikey, it looks like I might be on Reed Detmers here today. Jesus Christ. What do you think about this?
No, not for me here. I got myself a little RBI opportunity with Jose Ramirez at +140. One of the spots I just don't if it's a trap, then I'm in it, because this is a situation for me where I look at what's going on with the Angels. I already talked about my ideal trade scenario with Mike Trout, and that kind of speaks to really the entire Los Angeles Angels organization. But I do know this. Left-handed pitching opportunities out there, they are themselves a fade as well. And, 79-43 getting on that fade train. So I'm going to take this. I think it's the gift horse, and I'm not going to look it in the mouth here. I got the Ramirez RBI against Reed Detmers here. Again, I said this the other day, a switch hitter has the best advantage out there. They can figure out the exact or the right situation to go out there and exploit this pitcher. And he's got a lot of at-bat experience against him. 10 at-bats, 3 hits, 1 home run, 3 ribbies, a 300 out there against Reed Detmers. I expect to see that contact. So it's +140 Ramirez ribeye, and I'm going to take that -110. Give me these Guardians. I don't care. If it's a trap, it's a trap, and it won't be the first time I've ever fallen in one.
Mikey.
We got another stake bet?
Mikey. I don't think so, no. I think I'm just going to ride with – I think I'm going to take a team total with the Angels.
Okay.
I guess I'm just thinking that they just – I don't know, Mikey. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, Mikey. I'm sitting here, fucking barbecue sauce all over my titties, and I don't know what to do. 91% of the bets, 90% of the money on the over in this game, and it's dropped from 8.5 to an 8.
Is it weird that you just said barbecue sauce on your titties and I immediately went back to look at the screen like, wait a minute, what? What?
No, it's not. I'd be interested as well. Oh my God. I hate myself already for making this bet. I already fucking hate it. I'm just going to be on LA Angels first 5.
Oh boy. All right. Reed Detmers is your guy today. Get the Detmer jerseys out. Jose's rooting for Reed.
Fuck. I hate myself. I hate myself play of the day. Oh my. And listen to this, Mikey. Minus 108 for me, full game for the Guardians. First 5, minus 120 Angels. Yeah, I'm going to take the Angels first 5 here. That is a sign to me. It's fucking disgustingly juiced. But that is a sign that Reed Detmers pitches well here today. And yes, Rem, probably the worst bet I've ever seen right there. I agree with you, Rem. Might be the worst bet I've ever made, but let's ride. All right, let's keep moving here.
Ride,
Next game on our slate, Oakland, Houston. Aaron Brooks, our close personal friend. Shout out to him. Hope to see him on the Flush's boat soon against Ronel Blanco. Everyone knows I think the Ronel Blanco train is rickety. I think there's going to be some holes in that cart soon. But 78% of the bets, 80% of the money on Ronel, and the line opened up at minus 165 at BetOnline. Let me do a refresh real quick just to make sure. And by the way, we're off in Toronto and in Detroit, and we're off in Dodgers, Cincinnati. For those of you who weren't on the show earlier, we're on the first 5 under 4.5, and Mikey De Niro and I have a stake bet as well on Cincinnati, Los Angeles Dodgers. Mikey, Mikey, if you lose a stake bet to me, it's going to be an issue. I'm just going to let you know now.
I can't go down to these stakes. I'll have to fucking go put a blindfold on and walk in traffic. I mean, that's terrible.
Especially on a plus 180 dog. That would be disgusting. I'd hate that for you. I really would.
I'd have a tough time looking at myself in the mirror at that point. So
open up at minus 165 here, now up to minus 167 at BetOnline. Not much movement. At Bovada, minus 180 up to open up at minus 172 up to minus 180 there. So really not much movement. Total, everyone on the under, 90% of the money, and 89% of the bets on the over. This opened up at a 9, minus 110 each way, and now is a 9 juice to the under, and we're starting to see 8.5s here as well. So interesting. Maybe Aaron Brooks shoves again. What do you think here? Astros, Oakland.
Boy, tough game, tough spot. Ordinarily, I'd like to jump in on an Oakland situation like this, plus 150 and seeing what's happening. But Blanco's just good enough to get the job done. Sometimes you take a bad team or a team that's not reaching their potential, and you bring this young buck in here, the spark that kind of gets everything rolling. 4-0, and this guy's record on the season. Aaron Brooks, on the other hand, 0-1. Not a lot to get excited about there. The thing is, even Blanco with his 4-0 and what he's been doing out there from a pitching standpoint, one of the lowest walk rates across Major League Baseball as well. He's only walked 14 of 72 batters. They're just not getting on the pond when it comes to this guy being out there getting the job done. So this is a spot I wanted to get involved with early in this one here, with double dipping these unders and taking advantage of this Houston, ambivalence right now, if you will. Here we got this 4.5 is even money. 4.5 actually plus 104 on Bet Rivers. There's 5s out there. It seems like there's some general perception that these guys are going to get the job done. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm the crazy one here, but I see the 8.5s are even money. I see the plus 104 on the under 4.5. It's a double up spot for me again here. First 5 and full game unders just taking advantage of Blanco. And, Brooks is kind of the variable, and I don't know what's going to necessarily happen from that side of it. But even if he does suck and they have to go and pull him and give him the hook, are Houston bats going to go out there and do that much damage that we see a 27-0 spot? I don't think so. Under 4.5 plus 104, full game under 8.5 even money.
And good note, Christopher Tatum. This is Ronel Blanco's first start off of his sticky stuff suspension. And if you guys didn't see, the umpire said that it was the stickiest glove he's felt in the fucking 2 years that they've been doing this. I was like, holy shit, Ronel. All right. So
he wasn't even trying to hide it. He just fucking gobbled it up.
Apparently not. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes for him. And yeah, I don't think he's that good either, Professor Chris. By the way, it's after I said or I checked in on the game, the Tigers game. In classic fashion, they scored 2 runs. They've got a guy in second and third, 1 out now. You might be fucked when Javier Baez is fucking doubling. If Javier Baez is hitting a double, then I might be SOL. But hopefully we can get Kikuchi out of this.
I told you guys to fade that motherfucker. We started the show off that way, Jose. Let's go, baby. Let's get this cash.
Oh, good. Let's have it 3-0. Let's have it 3-0. End the first 5 innings. We both cash. We'll be happy.
Let's go. Let's get that money.
Let's go to Miami, Arizona. Blake Walston. Blake Walston. Mikey, who the fuck is Blake Walston? It's a great question. I'm not going to do the in-depth breakdown of his minor league career because he started out in 2019, so definitely not as interesting. But Blake, his minor league season this year, and by the way, he has made an appearance in the majors this year, not this year. Yeah, this year actually. 3 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, 4 walks against the Dodgers. Relief role. In the minors this year, he's gone pretty well. His last start was shit. 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs on 2 home runs. No, base hit. And that's going to score 2.
Baby.
Scores 2, 4-0 Tigers. Fucking Kikuchi. All right.
Good news is he's probably going to get the hook now, right? I mean, it's early enough. Let's get this guy out of there. Let's not make him look any. He's making everybody else look bad. Let's get him out of there.
That is not the way we want to start the morning. It's not ideal. Very annoying. Mikey, I am mentally rattled now after watching that. So I'll pass the rock to you here, Mikey. Do you have any action on Blake Walston? 79% of the bets, 89% of the money on him. Any action on him?
Yeah, I rolled with Miami in this game. Fuck Blake.
All right, fair. That's fair.
Blake sounds like a, here's my assessment. I don't know the young man. I'm sure he's a fine sport and everything, but if you're getting named Blake, you'll probably come from a country club family with some money. To me, that just says, hey, you just don't know how to work hard enough because you got that big family nest egg to fall back on there. So I'm not a big Ryan Weathers fan out there, but geez, these guys have been getting beat down. They've got to find a way to keep it rolling here. And we've seen some flashes of brilliance here from Miami, albeit few and far between, but this number's come down significantly as well. And just a straight play, just a Miami Marlins for me. I see plus 120s are out there. Let me just make sure that's still the best number. It is. I got burned yesterday. I was on the Marlins. I faded away on Jordan Montgomery. And for about 3 pitches, it looked like a great move. But I'm not going to move off what I think is still a good spot to fade them boys. And I do have some buy opportunities here with some of the trends and numbers around here for these Miami Marlins. Not a big proponent of what they've got going on, but look, they're keeping the scores down. They're finding a way to pick up some W's, and I'm going to roll with them here. I think plus 120 is a reasonable number now. Considerable movement, but still at plus 120, I would have much preferred the 140. I'll still take Miami, though. Let's get this overall game, and fuck Blake Walston and his family nest egg.
And his family nest egg. Shout out to Beavis Rogers picks from Beavis. Now, I don't know. I haven't decided yet if he's trolling or this is another Dave Burner allegedly, or this is a guy just making fun of Dave. A ground out, so 2 outs now for the fucking motherfucking Astro, whatever the fuck these Blue Jays dicks. Good. I'm gonna choose to believe he's not trolling and he's just Beavis Rogers picks from D Beavis, whatever the fuck. And I'm gonna choose to believe this as well. My ex-girlfriend is dating Ronel Blanco, so I got to go with the A's. You know what, Beavis? I probably agree with you. I'd fade fucking Ronel Blanco if I was you too.
Swig
What would
says,
you do,
Dave-
Mikey? What would you? You're porking this lady for years, and then she moves on, and she goes to fucking Ronel Blanco. You got to fade him every time, right?
I would generally say that. Yeah, that's got to be the play. Generally, and I would say Burner's suspect there because you're not going to the games if this said player took your girl from you. So gonna call.
No, I think you got to go to the game. I think you have to go. You got to go to the game. You got to bet against him, and then you got to find a way just to get into his eye line.
Just let him see that you're there.
Yeah, and then just one time, you just poke your head and let him know you're there. Yeah, you're there. So I like that. And by the way, shout out to Beavis. I first time seeing you in the chat, so nice to see you. But I hope to wish you luck with whatever your bets are, Beavis. So you want Miami Marlins? So you took them first 5, you said, or full game?
No, full game. Just a full game for me with the Marlins, plus 120 spot. Just because I double dipped them yesterday and I got beaten up on it, so I'm not going to mess around with that spot. But I do believe that, you know what, we're looking at a last game of a series situation for the Diamondbacks as well. And again, numbers steaming against them here, despite all the cash coming in. So give me these Marlins and let's keep rolling.
Let us keep rolling. Next one on our slate, Yankees, Padres here. And goddamn, do I want to take the Yankees here. The Yankees, again, I think are just a better team. Joe Musgrove, I've not believed in mostly all year. But Mikey, obviously the issue for me, 83% of the bets, 96% of the money on the New York Yankees there. Line has gone up, which is nice. Opened up at minus 110. Now minus 123, minus 130 almost at some places, Mikey. They're just too juiced. Too juiced for me. Probably not going to move on it. I am interested in the Yankees, like I said, but just way too juiced. Totals wise here, some under love, surprisingly. 79% of the bets and only 52% of the money on the over in this game. So sharp big bets on the under. That's kind of rare nowadays. This total opened up at an 8 minus 115. It's 8 minus 110 now, so not much movement on it. I'm interested to see what a first 5 movement has been on this game. Opened up at 4.5 minus 110, and now we are seeing 4s at even money. There's maybe 1 or 2 4.5 minus 125 still out there. Mikey, any action on Yankees Padres here?
Tough spot for me. First of all, shout out. I see our guy Big Scott says fade pimp slap day. Too much vodka to the brain, can't make good plays. I'm not sure exactly how I want to start addressing that comment, but how about this, Big Scott 510? If you're fading me, you're on the Blue Jays right now, sitting there looking at a 4-0 deficit going, what did I just make the dumbest fucking comment in all of YouTube? I'm fading this guy out there and I'm already down? Big Scott 510, appreciate you being green. Think you got to go fuck yourself, my guy. Don't be fading this guy today. We're firing bullets all weekend long, and hopefully you're on them Blue Jays. Hopefully you're sitting there down 4-0 thinking chase already before we even get to the 1 o'clock heart of the action. You're sitting there on your couch going, God, I'm down already. I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. I got to chase this. I need another winner. Fuck off, Big Scott. Let's go on. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I agree.
I digress here, but what I do believe is San Diego Padres, Joey Musgrove are a tricky spot to be involved with here. That being said, though, Clark Schmidt on the road versus Clark Schmidt at home. 2 entirely different cats here. And I do think this Yankees team has certainly been. We look at what they did yesterday, and very capable of smashing and bashing here. It's a tricky spot for me. I don't want to be involved in the Clark Schmidt game, but this Yankees price for me is suspect as well. I'm going to go on these Padres today to get the job done. It's plus 110. Musgrove and his 6.14 ERA against Clark Schmidt. All the numbers tell me the Yankees should be the spot. I just can't do it with Schmidt on the road. So as I look at it and I see the plus 110, we're in business. Then I look at this first five and I see, guess what? We're sitting there at plus 105s as well. Double up spot for me here. Clark Schmidt, he can take a big shit and then pack his bags up and get his ass back home. So plus 105 and plus 110.
Okay, fair enough. I've got no action on the game, and we move on to our final game on the slate. A little Midwest rivalry. Cubs, Cardinals. Javier Assad quietly having a very good season as well against Sonny Gray, who not so quietly is the only good pitcher on this Cardinals staff that you can trust. Again, like like everyone else, I looked at this pitching matchup and I thought, oh, this is probably an under matchup, right? 87% of the bets, 89% of the money on the over, like how most of these totals have been. However, this opened up at a 7.5 juiced minus 112 to the under. Now it is 8 minus 120 to the under, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw 8.5s very soon. So this seems like it is in fact an over spot. The bullpens are kind of suspect on both sides. Ryan Hensley is obviously very good, but he can't throw every day, and he threw yesterday. So we'll see how he, bounces back if he goes today. But I didn't want any action on this game. Sunday night game, probably just, we'll stay off. But, like JPZ says, bet him on Monday if these teams play another team. So no action for me here, Mikey. Money line splits here real quick before I pass it off to you. 72% of the bets and only 51% of the money on the Cardinals. So you've got sharp action on the Cubs here yet again. What do you think here, Mikey?
Yeah, I think it's a Cubs spot. There's several ways to look at it. Look at yesterday. Oh my God, 7-6 soul clenching victory for them Cardinals here. And I just don't know that I want to get back in the Cardinals business here. I think the Cubs, we talked about this at the earlier part of the season, offensively, especially when they're at home, they were dynamic. Going to be some regression that kind of goes into the equation. And now we've seen them kind of, 1-4 over their last 5, but it's a tricky spot. What are we celebrating over there?
No, I'm just I'm trying to stretch the anxiety out of me because we had a ground ball, and I think Spencer Torkelson's playing first, just fucking throws it, boots it over to fucking second base, and no outs, and fucking 2 guys on. So it's an annoying process here. It's an annoying process we're watching. But go ahead, Mikey. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to be a part of the Javier Assad business here this weekend. I think it's a good spot for these Cubs. Just specifically, you're looking at kind of Sonny Gray. I'm not a Sonny Gray guy, and I still don't believe in these Cardinals. I can't, and maybe that's going to be what owns me in this spot. I can't get right with taking these Cardinals. Prefer the Cubs. We talked about their home dominance early in the season here, and they're going down a little losing stretch. No question about it. But I think that's the spot. I think it's got to be a Cubs opportunity for some nice plus money to get the job done. And really, I just don't see Goldschmidt, Arenado. We're just not hearing from them boys like we used to. So I'll give it to me. Give me some Cubs. Give me a little Bellinger action as well. It's Sunday night. The unders definitely fly on Sundays as well. But I think this Cubs spot. I think it's a great spot to close the night out with some plus money. Let's go. Give me Cubs. Short, sweet, and to the point, Jose.
All right, beautiful. Well, Mikey, I've got bad news for you. Bases loaded, no outs.
Uh-oh.
Yep, very annoying. But thank you, as always, Mikey, for joining us on a little Say Hey Plays on the weekend. Everyone knows where to find us here Monday through Friday. Well, I should say Tuesday through Friday, obviously, with Pete and Jimmy. Monday, we're on Last Call with good old Miguel De Niro and the Sesh here. So, Mikey, I appreciate you for joining us, as always, here. Let's review our action here, and oh, what a fucking blessing. What a fucking blessing. Daniel Vogelbach just fucking rockets the ball to second base, caught, and Bo Bichette's caught holding his dick in between first and second. So 2 outs, 2 guys on still. So that was extremely fortunate there, but he just fucking crushed that ball. All right. So, Mikey, let's review our action here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays here to make official. I'll go over mine, and then I will go over my WNBA play of the day. And, Mikey, the people want to know what you have on the ice. And I'll ask about the hardwood as well, because no last call today. We've got to get all of Mikey's action. Got to ring them out. Ring them out. So for me, as if all you guys know, I'm on this first 5 under 4.5 in this game. I do not feel great about it. I'm on the Nerfy in Seattle, Washington, minus 110 there. Can't wait. Texas, Minnesota, first 5 under 4.5, minus 120. Los Angeles Angels, first 5, minus 120. And the stake bet with Mikey Money, Reds, Dodgers. I'm on Reds money line plus 180. What do you have today, Mikey?
Let's roll. Yeah, we're in on that. And that's Nerfy double dipping on the Atlanta game, under 4 and under 8. Give me Tampa. I got the White Sox first 5 only. Parlayed up the Phillies minus 1.5 and the under 9.5 for the old thread the needle special. Grandma wearing them panties. I like Cleveland here minus 110 and the Jose Ramirez RBI at plus 140. Houston, again, a double up spot, under 4.5, plus 104, under 8.5, even money. Miami, plus 102. San Diego, first 5, plus 105, and plus 110, and the Cubs, plus 120. Plus money, hunting to get the job done. That's how you do it across Major League Baseball. I see you guys out there. We'll talk. Let me throw this on there for just a momento. Let's get this one in play as we look at this Rangers and Florida Panthers game. The problem that's been going on, Jose, if I may talk about this game for just a moment here.
Please do. And Mikey, you can be long-winded here, Mikey. I won't lash you for being long-winded.
I appreciate it. Appreciate that just fine. I think the problem that we're having right now with this Rangers team specifically is, we talked about this last night as well. They're just not finding special teams advantages, and now they're going on the road down there to Florida. That's going to make a tricky spot there if you're the road team to be out there and taking penalties against. So I don't know that the Rangers are the spot that I want to be involved with as much as I definitely am not taking them Florida Panthers. I know my buddy and I have been back and forth with this series. 3-0, the Rangers pick up the first, or the Panthers pick up the first game. 2-1, they drop that second game. The thing I like about this game, I like this under. I'm going to move in on the under 5.5 for that hockey game. I think that's got to be the play. You know, these two teams, as things tighten up and they move closer to the Stanley Cup Finals, it's got to be a lower scoring spot. Great spot last night was taking that first period over 1.5, and then live betting. These guys were live betting 7.5, 6.5, 5.5, and 4.5 all the way down. That's what happens in conference final games. So I do believe this is a lower scoring spot there. I take the under 5.5 in the NHL spot, Jose. But I wanted to hear your WNBA take. What do we have here? Do we get the WNBA play of the day?
Of course. So as I quietly watch these games, I'm developing an affinity for one team. They've been dogs, come through, grimy, gritty. Perhaps Alyssa Thomas squared up Angel Reese in the throat last night to really add some grit and grime to this team. I will be taking the Minnesota Lynx tonight. The Minnesota Lynx plus 3.5. You can get that right now. It opened up at 4. Gone down to 3 at some places as well. I also, as a little, you know what? Actually, I lied. You know what? I take that back, Mikey. Let's rewind the tape. I'm going to take the Los Angeles Sparks. I lied. Because I was going to say I have 2 plays I like, and I've gone back and forth. But I'm going to, and I don't know, maybe Alyssa Thomas is suspended. I haven't looked in. I don't do news research on these bets. I just do market analysis on these bets. But I'm going to take the Los Angeles Sparks. Dallas opened up at -2. It is now pick'em, and it looks like Dallas is going to be favored. Or no, excuse me, Los Angeles is going to be favored here very soon. Rookie of the year, Mikey Money. I hope you got your preseason futures in, and it's not going to be Caitlin Clark. It's going to be Cam Brinkley. So go ahead and get. I hope you got your futures in that way. Cam Brinkley, Spark win it. There's not a ticket and percentage of bets for all of these games or for any of these games really, but I do have percentages of bets for this game. It's 50-50 ticket split. And if it's a 50-50 ticket split and the line's moving to the Sparks so drastically, let's just jump on board, take the Sparks money line here. So that's what I have. And, money line pick 'em. It's all very close. I'll let you know the juice on that right now, but that is my WNBA play of the day.
There we go.
-110.
There we go. Jose bringing us the gold out there. Jose, are you having a good time capping the WNBA this season here? Are you enjoying yourself?
It's kind of like how oh fuck me. The worst hitting team against lefties, 5 runs against fucking Kikuchi. Incredible.
3.5s and 7.5s cooked like a goose.
So annoying. But I like the WNBA because it's just like in like the CFL, for example. It's not many teams. It's not hard to learn to the people. Now, if you ask me, gun to head, name the starting lineup for the Los Angeles Sparks, who I've cashed a couple bets on this year. Unfortunately, you're going to have to pull that trigger because I don't know anyone besides Brinkley. But I believe in the Sparks. Take the Sparks. I took them. Pick them money line -110. So that's what I'm on. It's going to be fun. Mikey, did you have any NBA action today?
I haven't gotten there yet. No, I haven't. That's a later game tonight. I had to get up and crack into this Major League Baseball, look at some NHL. That's it thus far. And, I looked at some World Championship hockey as well. And
Sweden took Canada to town, huh?
Took them to the mat. Now we got Switzerland and the Czech Republic. Tricky game there as well.
Who you got?
I lean to the under. I think it's going to be a tighter scoring game. I haven't officially pulled the trigger on one side or the other yet, but we got about 2 hours till that thing pops off here. Kind of think that, Czech Republic, the bigger favorites there getting her done, but Switzerland up and coming in the International Ice Hockey Federation. You got to certainly take those
+130 for Switzerland right now.
Nice little plus dog spot there. And I think they had the tougher road to hoe to get to where they are. So for what that's worth, if you look at your opponents, you can only play who's in front of you from a conference and seeding perspective. But, the Czech Republic beating up USA doesn't really surprise me. That USA is always overrated when it comes to these things. I wouldn't be surprised to see the dog pull the upset here. These are tricky, though. Make sure when you're betting those spots, you look at if you're betting them in regulation or not, because some of them will have regulation components when it comes to the IIHF. Jose, good job, my guy. Let's go. Swig bets. As I've had success live betting the tournament games, you can see who's who after about 10 minutes. Agreed. Fully agreed. Great job. Great comment. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Czech Republic because I think my guy Pasta's on the team now, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to root for Czech, I guess. So shout out to the Czech. But shout out to you guys in the chat from the trollish comments, Big Scott, Beavis, to the very helpful JPZ, JP Taylor, all you guys. And by the way, Big Scott, we're obviously just busting balls a little bit. You're pissed because you lost a bet. I'm pissed too. We're all here together losing bets, Big Scott. So don't you worry. I feel your pain. Dust 10, Swig, Steve G. keep fading those Rockies, my man. Tori, Mark Schillenberg, the game, my dude. I think my favorite bit is like when you have a name like my dude, and then you say my dude and stuff. It makes me laugh. Like this, Mikey, NHL take my dude, and he says that stuff like often, and I find it very funny every time when he's like, hey, my dude, what's up? And his name's my dude. It makes me laugh. Leonard Porsche, Phil the Kill, shout out to you for getting a membership here. Fernando Mendoza, Markel, Deshaun G, Nasty Nate. Sorry for the first 500, Nate. Joey Harb there. Nice to see everyone in the chat bright and early. I have a tea time to go catch, and hopefully I'm not going to be late. Mikey, what are you about to do this Sunday?
Oh, man, TBD. I know there's action. We're going to have a lot of action in play. We're going to be betting, sweating, having a good time doing it. And golfing sounds fun. I was up plenty late the other night there, taking some practice swings in the backyard, talking some stories and having a good time with it. So I wouldn't mind getting out there, but we'll see what happens. You know, it's going to be a fun weekend here. We're in the heart of it right now, Jose. We've got the we're in the right in the middle of a glorious weekend, and it's been a lot of fun coming on here, hanging out with you, my guy. And even our guys like Big Scott 510, who you know, at least if they're gonna troll, they're gonna troll in the name, you know, their given name, if you will, the name that they've anointed themselves with. And we appreciate it. Appreciate everybody hanging out, having a good time with us today. And it's all good times. It's all fun. And let's just get that cash, you guys. You know, general philosophy here. If you're going to make a comment in the chat, ask yourself, does it make the community better or not? And let's use that, Jose, as our closing sentiment here. If you're going to make a comment in the chat, does it make everybody better or not? Jose, shout out to you, my guy. Go get them birdies and eagles. A lot of fun coming in here today. We got a big card laid out. It's good to see how it breaks down. Let's go.
Yeah, Mikey, I appreciate you for joining me. My dude.
My
Nice
dude.
to see you as well.
Dude.
And yeah, if you're going to chat shit, at least do it in green. At least do it in green and be a member when you're doing it. So thank you, Big Scott, for being a member. Thank you guys all for watching. Say hey. We'll see you guys next time.